Hi everyone. A few weeks ago I did a video explaining about where you perceive your left leg to be when you're driving your car, and it's approximately in the middle of the lane. Now, as always, I expand on these ideas whilst I'm doing my teaching on a daily basis, and I've come up with something else which may help you position your car down the road. It's where your right leg is. If you're in the market for a dash cam, please support the channel and check out the links in the description. I use VFO dash cams, and if you use the code Ashley Neil, you can save yourself a further 5%. First of all, to explain this, I'm going to use my POV cam again. I know I look like a little bit of a minor, but anyway, it does help people get an idea of exactly what's what. So let's get it started. And I've parked here on the right hand side of the road, and I'm next to the curb. And this is the first starting point that I want to talk about. So we know about our left leg, and we perceive that to be in the middle of the lane. And you can hopefully see from the POV cam here that I seem to be, or my left leg seems to be left of centre of the lane, which is exactly where I am. But my right leg is effectively where my right wheels are. I perceive my right leg to be where my right wheels are. I did see a lot of people in the comments say that I'm not looking down at my knee, or they don't want to look down at their knee. You don't. And this is the whole point of it. You know where your left leg is peripherally, you know where your right leg is peripherally. And that then allows you to pick your eyes further up the road. Even if you've got reference points in your windscreen, for example, here, I used to teach, and I still do use it. I used to teach where my pupils see the curb, and it's approximately there from my eye line. But that then still makes you look down at a point at the dashboard, and that's not brilliant. If you're looking down at the dashboard, what people tend to do is that they zigzag down the road. They'll look at one curb, they'll either head towards it or steer away from it, and they'll then go to the other side and then zigzag away. And that's what happens with generally learner drivers and poor drivers. So if you've got these reference points, your left leg allows you to be in the middle of the lane, and your right leg allows you to know where your effective right wheels are, you can keep your eyes up and keep watching. Let's have a little drive and let's put a few of these little things into practice. The first thing that I would just like to say before I move off is it's going to help you with this pull up on the right. So if you are doing this exercise, which examiners may ask you to do on driving tests, just think on where your right leg, get your right leg next to that curb, and that's enough, because that's where your right wheels are. Okay, so I'm going to drive on. We'll have a little look at this in a little bit more detail. So my left leg, yeah, middle of the lane, and I know with that oncoming car that my right knee was inside of it. Same with the lorry. People will often look at the lorry and the next one and go, oh, this is close, and start steering away. But this little simple trick allows you to judge exactly where you are. So I'm going to turn right. My right knee is just inside the centre line. Brilliant, dead easy, position's perfect. And I'm going to go around the centre line of the new road with my right knee as well. People often think steering is where you point, and it's not. It's where you are moving. So again, my right knee was going around the middle and centre line of the road. So just from that simple right knee or right leg position, you can tell exactly where you are. You're not going to be just staring at oncoming cars and be panicking about them. You know, if you've got a little bit of room, you can just concentrate on being in the middle of your lane. So let's just go up a little further, and there's a couple more bits that I would like to do. I'm just going to do a right turn at these lights. Okay. When people don't know where their car's positioned and where it is in the lane, it becomes all consuming for them. And this is from the perspective of the learner driver. They're not sure where the car is, and it forces them to look down, and then further up the road they're going to be missing things, and then it spirals into that sort of like fear on top of fear on top of fear, and that's where people go wrong with their driving. So what I've found, like I said, I've developed this over the last probably couple of months. I've found just giving the students a sense of where they are allows them to get their eyes further up the road. So we're probably going to turn offside to offside. All right, that car's turning the other way, but even there, turning offside to offside, you've got an idea of exactly where you are with that oncoming car. So narrow lane, that's all good. Left knee's obviously in the middle, but my right knee obviously is inside this white line, so I don't need to sit there staring at it. And I've said it in videos before, because people don't judge that very well and they're not sure where the car's positioned, they tend to look down at this line, and this can also cause them to shave parked vehicles on the left. It can also cause them to pass cyclists a little bit too close. So this right knee trick is a real important one. You can have a little look yourself as well, just as you're coming up to a queue, of where your right leg seems to be in relation to the vehicle in front. Let's see if this one stops at the line. No. Surprise, surprise, Liverpool. But I hope that makes sense. This, like I said, it may be a little bit different than you've judged before. If you are an experienced driver, you probably won't need this whatsoever. However, it may just help if you're struggling with your position, if you do tend to drift in your lane, or in fact, you're a learner driver. Let me know in the comments what you think. Oh, I tell you what I'll do before I go. I'm just going to go and park into a bay, because you can use this to help you judge where your car's positioned as well. Give us a second. You can tell my videos are absolutely winged, can't you? I'm just going to head in here to the showcase. So, what I was saying before, my right leg is just inside the rear wheel, the rear right wheel of that Seat, and that can also help you judge when you're in the middle of the lane compared to where other people are in front. So let's go and find a bay somewhere. I think I'm going to head in here to the showcase. The effect on steering has been quite dramatic since I've been dealing with this with students. I'd always use my left knee to judge where I'm going round this left-hand bend, but it helps thinking about where your right knee is going round a right-hand bend. So here, my right knee's going nicely round the line and round the yellow and round the curb. Let's go and park forward into a bay and quickly show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to head round to the back of the car park. Doing any right turns, this right knee stops you from cutting corners. The right knee is going around where the centre line of the new road would be, and I'm going to park into one of the bays just after this lamp post. So you have a little think about, hopefully POV cam's still recording nicely. I'm going to go around this line. My right knee, it's got to go around it. Is it going around it? It is. It's going nicely around it. So that's okay. And I'm thinking where my right knee is positioned. My right knee, don't forget, is my right wheel, so they've got to be inside this line. So I'm going towards it a little bit, so I'm just going to take a little bit of steering off, and then I'm going to put it next to, and it does seem as though my right knee's nicely in between the lines, and if I look in the mirrors both sides, it's pretty equal as well. So there are other uses to it than even I've just explained there, but like I said, if you've been driving for many years, There's me POV cam, heated up and shut down, so we'll take that off. If you've been driving for many years, this may not be a help to you. You'll probably judge where things are easily and naturally, but if you do struggle with your lane position, remember those two things. Left knee should be in the middle of the lane, right knee is where your right wheels are, and you can fix a lot of your problems and allow your eyes to be picked up a lot more. Let me know how you get on with this in the comments, and how does it work with different size vehicles. Keep safe, and I'll see you soon.